David Walker suffocated by luxury and requirements of your corporate life. Decided to walk aimlessly and ended up in a humble restaurant where he met Maya, a smart, wood-loving waitress. Life attracted to Maya, David began to visit the restaurant daily and a unlikely friendship blossomed into something deeper. Maya Johnson woke up every day at 5 a.m. to prepare breakfast for your mother, sick, and his younger brother Derek. At the 24 years old, she took responsibility to take care of your family since your father passed away 5 years ago. The routine was difficult, but Maya found strength in the hope for a better future. David, 28 years old, was a successful millionaire, heir to a vast fortune. Despite his wealth, he felt an emptiness, constant dissatisfaction with the shallowness of your life. Pressed for your family to adhere to certain standards and expectations, David struggled under the control of her strict mother, Eleanor Walker, that he disapproved of change and believed in maintain family traditions any cost. An afternoon after a particularly stressful day, David decided to walk through the city, leaving your car in the office garage. Without a definite fate, he ended up in a humble neighborhood full of life and stories. The small shops and restaurants around the long streets attracted him in a way inexplicable. Feeling suddenly curious, David walked into a small, cozy restaurant. The doorbell rang, announcing his entrance. He sat down in one of the benches at the counter and ordered a coffee. Observing the busy activity at his surroundings, his eyes were fixed on the waitress who served customers with a welcoming smile. She moved with grace, natural despite the evident tiredness. When she approached to serve her David coffee, his Mayan badge, they exchanged a few words, and David was surprised with his intelligence and passion for life. "Thanks for the coffee," Maya said. David, smiling, "Feels like you've got a job." "Busy here is always busy, but I like it," replied Maya, putting a lock of hair behind the ear. "And you feel like you've had a long day in the office?" David are rocking the head. "You have no idea. Sometimes I feel that the business world is a pit without background." As the days went by, David began to frequent the restaurant daily, attracted by something that does not he could explain. His conversations with Maya became the highlight of his days. They shared stories, dreams, and disappointments, and a friendship unlikely blossomed into something more. To Maya's visits was a relief in the midst of her worries. Every day she began to feel something more by him, although he was aware of the barriers between their worlds. Class difference and prejudice were real obstacles. In addition to that, Maya had your own problems to deal with, especially with Derek. One day after his shift, Maya confided in David about his brother. Younger, she was worried that Derek was getting into trouble, walking with more company, and she doesn't knew what to do. David, feeling a urgent need to protect it, promised to help. He said he would see that she could find out, and made sure she wasn't alone. Using her influence and resources, David investigated Derek's situation, and he quickly discovered the seriousness of Derek's problem was involved with dangerous loan sharks and owed a substantial amount of money. Determined to protect Maya, decided to intervene without tell her. He found a contact trusted to help deal with the loan sharks, set up a meeting at a local neutral, and brought the necessary money to pay off Derek's debt to the confronting the loan sharks. It was clear that the situation was more complicated than he was. I imagine they didn't just want to money, they wanted to make sure that Derek remained under his control. David managed to negotiate Derek's release from the clutches of the moneylenders, but he knew that this would not be the last time he would face problems. The decision to Intervening had consequences. Unexpected, because the loan sharks began to suspect David's involvement, putting him and Maya in danger while that Maya continued to fight against her own fears and insecurities. She began to realize that her feelings for David were more deeper than he expected, but he feared that she could just be an adventure. For him, David's world was so far from hers it was hard believe that they could really staying together despite the difficulties. David and Maya found strength in each other challenge they faced. Together he strengthened his bond, but the biggest test was yet to come. Maya received a unique opportunity from a job, 2 dreams in another city, something that she never thought possible. Now she faced a choice. Impossible to take the job and pursue your dreams or stay with David. Weather the storms together. She knew that any decision would have profound consequences for her and David. The tension increased as the days went by. Maya was torn between the incredible job opportunity and your love for David. Every conversation between them seemed charged with a mixture of hope and desperation. Maya, you need to follow your dreams, David said one night while they walked together in the park. But I can't imagine my life without you. I don't know what to. David, Maya did respond with her voice shaky. You gave me so much, but this opportunity is unique. I just wish that there was a way to have both of them. External pressures have not diminished either. Walker, David's mother, finally found out about their relationship and did not hide his displeasure and disapproval. That's not appropriate, he said with firmness. You have responsibilities and a image to keep. Is not about mother image, David replied, exasperated. Is about what I feel. I love Maya, and that won't change. Eleanor wasn't willing to give in to her. Began to take steps to separate them, using your influence and contacts to interfere in Maya's life. The loan sharks, in turn, they were not satisfied with David's intervention and began to making veiled threats. The situation has arrived to a critical point when Derek was kidnapped by loan sharks as a way of David pressure and panic and desperate to find a solution. He used all your resources for locating Derek. Maya felt his world fall apart. Derek's in danger because of me, she said, crying in David's arms. I never should have let you get involved. No, Maya, David responded by holding her with strength. I did that because I love you and I will protect at any cost. After a intense research and with the help of authorities, David and Maya succeeded. Derek's rescue experience left scars on everyone, but also reinforced David and Maya's determination to stay together with Derek safe and the threat apparently under Maya control. Faced the final decision on the David worked despite his desire to having her around. I knew I couldn't prevent Maya from following his Maya dreams. I want you to be happy, said David, looking into your eyes. If it means accept this job, then you should go. I'll support you no matter where you. The final decision was difficult, but Maya knew he needed to follow his heart and her dreams. She accepted to work with the promise that her love for David wouldn't decrease with distance. While Maya was preparing to leave, David made one last surprise. He organized a farewell party at the restaurant where friends and family gathered to celebrate Maya's new journey. During the party, David gave a speech, emotionally reaffirming his love and commitment to it. Regardless of the distance you get me, showed a world I never imagined. Maya, he said, holding his hand, and I know no matter where you are, our love will be strong enough to overcome any obstacle. With tears in the eyes, Maya hugged David, feeling the truth in her words. She knew that the journey would be difficult, but I also knew that he had found something rare and precious in David. The farewell was full of emotion, but Maya left with hope. From a bright future she moved to new age and started his job from the dreams. As David continued his routine in their hometown, they kept in constant contact, and the first few months were challenging with the distance and the new pressures of the David visited work whenever he could, and each reunion was a celebration of the love of them. Despite the difficulties, they remained strong, supported by the promise that one day they would be together again. However, fate had more challenges in store. David began to tackling problems in your company with growing family pressures. Eleanor, he did not give up trying to separate them and began to manipulate situations to make David's life more difficult. Meanwhile, Maya thrived in her new job, but felt David's absence. Daily calls and constant messages provided relief, but did not replace the physical presence and the support they built in a time of crisis. When tensions were at their peak, Maya received an unexpected offer for return to your hometown, leading a project that will directly benefit your community. The proposal was tempting, but it meant giving up the job of the David dreams. Upon hearing about the offer, not hesitated Maya. This is your chance to do a real difference where you want it most. If it makes you happy, you should accept the final decision was difficult, but Maya knew that your heart belonged to yours community and David. She accepted the offer and returned to his hometown, ready to face challenges alongside of the man who loved. Maya's return brought new hope to all of her. Threw himself into the compassion project, determined to make a real difference. David found new motivation in his own life, inspired by the Maya. Eleanor's dedication, seeing the strength from AM between David and Maya, finally started to give, and she saw what good Maya it was for David and how his determination and kindness positively influenced all around you. The difficulties continued to emerge, but Maya and David tackled together the project. Maya began to gain recognition by attracting positive attention to the community. Mrs. Williams' restaurant has become a meeting point for discussions on improvements in the area, and the efforts of Maya led to new opportunities for David's local businesses. Inspired by the Maya's commitment and realizing the value of making a difference, began to implement changes in your company, reflecting the values you learned from Maya. He focused on practices, ethics, and social responsibility, aligning your business with the greater good. Eleanor's attitude gradually changed when she saw the positive impact that Maya had in David's life in the community. She began to appreciate genuine nature of Maya and the strength of their love. Maya was finally honored for its contributions to the community. During her acceptance speech, she acknowledged David's unwavering support and love. David expressed his gratitude for the Maya's influence on his life. His story has become a testimony of like true love, courage, and determination can overcome difficulties and inspire others to believe in a better world. They continue to build a life together full of love, mutual respect, and dreams shared. If you like the story, be sure to click the like and subscribe to this other story on your screen. Will also entertain you.